Why do we reincarnate? Why do we reincarnate? Why? It's an existential question. It does not really have a strict or a straightforward answer. The answers can just depend on the soul or the consciousness that is reincarnating. Mmụọ na-alọ ụwa, onye na-abịachi eto ụwa. Why are you coming back to this reality? What mission did you fail to fulfill in your previous one that is making your essence, your consciousness, to come back to this reality to complete it? Now, ndị Igbo ancestors believed in this concept of reincarnation, just like the Christians, the Igbo Christians now believe in the concept of heaven or hell, which now basically forms their behavior, their attitude, how they approach life, how they experience the world. Which means for Christians, they believe that for them to make heaven, they have to believe in God, they have to believe in Christ, and they have to also live their life in a certain way to be able to get the fulfillment and the benefits of getting to heaven. While if you live your life carelessly, you're malicious, and you do all those negative things or socially unacceptable behaviors, you would now get to hellfire. Our ancestors, during their own time, believed that the essence of life is to cross the threshold. And for you to cross the threshold, you have to be able to have fulfilled your cosmic purpose. You have to have enough experiences for you to even be an Ndiche. Because as we are now living here, we are looking forward to communicating and deriving or getting wisdoms from our ancestors. So for a person of a consciousness to become an Onichi and Ichie, you have to be able to have experienced life in so many diversions so that you can be able to cross that threshold once your soul, your consciousness has achieved its truest purpose. So this is where reincarnation comes in. It's here to give us multiple chances of evolving and transforming our consciousness. So Ilowa is perceived as a natural part of the cycle of life. Now, it reflects on the continuity of the soul in search of its truest purpose and its cosmic fulfillment. Like I just explained, our ancestors believe that the soul is searching for something, its purpose. And sometimes it requires countless reincarnations, countless repetitions for it to get it right. So here are the reasons. Like I wrote down 5 reasons. So here are 5 reasons why people reincarnate. Now the first one is the fulfillment of unfinished destiny. Now at the point of reincarnation, there is this tree, a spirit tree in Igbo cosmology. We call it that walk letter. Our ancestors believe that this is the portal where we sign our cosmic contracts, our akalaka, our path towards the actualization of our purpose. Ozanige, see how we are supposed to do or live, things we are supposed to achieve, and every experience and events in between that is going to take us to a certain position, the actualization of this cosmic purpose. Now, in cases where we do not or we fail to achieve this purpose or to fulfill that destiny, it requires a repetition, which is you're coming back to continue from where you stopped. Now, our ancestors believed in the idea of a divine purpose or destiny, akalaka. Therefore, if somebody dies before fulfilling that life's purpose, our ancestors believe that they are going to reincarnate with the sole purpose of completing it. Now, we could ask what negates or what prevents people from actualizing their purpose or to fulfilling their destiny. Life itself happens. Because in the process of getting to this point of actualizing or getting to that point, there are so many events, there are so many variables. And some of us will deviate, and some of us will pursue other things that are going to prevent and hold us back. So, when at the point of our death, the consciousness is realizing that it has not really met or gotten the reason why it wanted to reincarnate in the first place, it now requires a do-over for the consciousness to start afresh and to finish up that business and to finish up and to get that destiny and to get to that cosmic purpose, which would now enable the consciousness to cross the threshold of existence and to be transformed into Indichia. or Onichi. The second reason why we reincarnate is the evolution or the growth of the spiritual consciousness. Aka. Remember, our ancestors call consciousness, the consciousness, we call it Aka, not Aka. Aka, the consciousness. So the reason why we reincarnate is to evolve or to grow this consciousness. Now, our ancestors always approach Ndichie for wisdom, for knowledge, for guardians. Now, you cannot feel a cup, you cannot be a somebody's guide when you've not lived enough, when you don't have the necessary life and cosmic experiences to guide a person. So, for you to be able to serve your capacity as Onyichie, you have to be able to have grown your consciousness. Your consciousness should have evolved above petty reasonings. Now, our ancestors, the entirety of our existence is to push the soul from looking at the world from a two-dimensional view into a three-dimensional viewpoint, which is if you're supposed to see the world above the things that we consider or we confine and constrict ourselves with. So you that is aspiring to be an Onichi and Ichi, which is what our ancestors lived and aspired for. They wanted to be, they want to have integrity. They want to have, procreate, have the descendants. In the game, and Ochitanya, Fandegana, and Gorofa, something that they're going to leave behind. And at the end of the day, they want to have achieved all these purposes, all these experiences, and become an Ichi. They become those guides that we, their descendants, can now look up to and ask and seek for their knowledge and their wisdom. So some individuals reincarnate to learn a spiritual lesson or to evolve spiritually. This could be to atone or to make up for past mistakes in order to attain a higher spiritual consciousness. This is because the challenges faced in each lifetime are often seen as an opportunity for growth and for development. So each reincarnation comes with a certain kind of lesson, a certain kind of experience that we are looking forward to. And at the end of the day, those experiences will accumulate and become a shared experience that we can be able to push out to our descendants when they call upon us for such knowledge and guidance in how they are supposed to also live their life and to attain and to get to the position that we are now already, in. That's when you now become an Onichi or an Ichi. At the same time, if they were wronged, now they are coming to basically receive justice or compensation. Now, our ancestors look at the concept of Ogbanja and they will tell you that the reasons why some families are disturbed with Ogbanja, especially the ones that have EU that are coming to torment, it could be because somebody within that family has done something against that reincarnating essence. So when that essence comes back as an Ogbanje, the entirety or the reason why that Ogbanje is coming into that particular family is to create or to cause havoc with one intent to get justice and compensation. Now, when the parents realize what is happening, they will now begin through divination to find out while this thing is happening, while this essence, while there is an Ogbanje that has a cosmic oath to torment them, then they would do what is called Waji. They will pay their debts and eventually they can be child because they're going to pay off that debt and ask for its forgiveness. And the essence through that child would forgive. Now, when such parents did not notice what is happening, the child would die, come back again, and continue tormenting that family until it gets the justice and compensation that it wants. Now, there are other forms or other reasons why a person is going to be tormented, which is going to reincarnate and result to Waji. Now, if you yourself, you're living your life without considering how your actions are affecting other people, when you reincarnate, you are going to, reap what you sow. You're going to be punished cosmically. So you're coming back to pay for Ihime in your past reincarnation until you settle. It is not going to leave you alone until you compensate and you pay off your debts. Another reason here is ancestral continuity and lineage preservation. Now, reincarnation is often viewed as a way for an ancestor to continue their lineage. It is believed that an ancestor reincarnates within a family or a clan to preserve a bloodline and to maintain ancestral connections. This ensures that family legacies, tradition, names are carried on through another generation. Now, an instance here is somebody with an akalaka, the destiny to be a dibia, what we call onyenwere awu dibia. You're coming back to continue because awu in form of dibia on a sinobala. So, if for instance here, if you're born with the destiny akaraka ime or Edward dibia, it is going to be in your lineage. If you refuse to do it now, which means that it's as if this family are no longer serving the cosmic call of Awo to function as a dibia. In your next reincarnation, it is going to also be attached to you until you basically answer that call, perform and do your duties as a dibia in your family, in your lineage, and give birth to children that are also going to continue that cosmic role that has been assigned to your lineage by your ancestors. So, Ilo or reincarnation, it allows ancestral continuity. And through that continuity, ancestral or community or lineage traditions are continued. If not, Amaheche, Amahefo, and when it happened, those knowledge and legacy would no longer be preserved. So this is why reincarnation occurs. Now, the last one here is to complete the spiritual covenant or agreement. Now, it is believed that before birth, souls make spiritual agreements. Iuwa, Inwiyo. You make spiritual agreements or covenants. It could be with deities, ancestors, or other spirits. So if these agreements were not fulfilled, the individual may reincarnate to honor those commitments, ensuring a spiritual equilibrium and maintaining ancestral bonds. Enwere ndị bụ na tupu ha abịa ụwa, eje ṅụọ iyi, you're swearing before a deity. Probably you want something, you want to work with that deity. There is a purpose, you want to do something or achieve something with that deity. And you go to the deity and you swear. Now, if you don't complete your own part of the deal, or what the purpose of the oath was not established in one reincarnation, reincarnation provides an opportunity for you to come back and continue. Now, this is one reason why some people they are trying to exist, they are striving in life, they're trying to, they are working, they're hustling, they're trying to gain a better tomorrow, a better future. But it's as if it is not happening. And most people who become self-aware could go through divination and it will be opened or revealed to them that, oh, there is an E that you took in your previous reincarnation that you did not met. You went to this deity and you did this and you did that. So you have to go back to that deity and complete or start up or settle that deity, whatever solution Alpha is going to prefer to you. So through reincarnation, all these things become possible. But at the end of the day, reincarnation is one way or one method by which we are trying to grow our consciousness, and from growing it and evolving this consciousness, will be transformed and cross the threshold and become what our ancestors refer to as Ndichie. That is the final point or the final essence or the reasons why reincarnation happens and why it is important to Ndimu. So, if you have any question about how to reincarnate or you want to engage or talk with me, you can text me on my Instagram, or you can send me or you can leave a comment for me on the comment section and I'm going to respond. So until next time, yeah guys, yeah.